This week, I want to talk about editors, and by the end of this video, the word edit or editor is probably not going to sound like a word, so I'm sorry about that. There are four main types of editors when it comes to books: acquisitions editors, content editors, copy editors, and proofreaders. The manuscript will go through all of those hands in that order before it gets published traditionally. So, if you want to get published traditionally, here's what your manuscript will go through. First, after you send it in, or if you go and talk to an editor at a writer's conference or something like that, or other convention where you get the chance to pitch your book, which is a great opportunity, do that. It's one of the best ways to get published. If you get that opportunity, take it. Also, that editor that you're talking to is most likely an acquisitions editor. The acquisitions editor and the content editor are sometimes the same person, but oftentimes you'll find that the acquisitions editor is really just out there trying to find really good books to publish. So if you get it to the acquisitions editor and the acquisitions editor says, yes, I'm interested in this book, they'll have you send them your proposal, and then they will pitch it to the publication board, and if you continue on in the publishing house, your fate is in their hands. Next, if you do continue on in the publishing house, your book will go to the content editor. And the content editor looks through your entire book and fixes really big picture issues. So things like plot holes, or maybe it would work better if your character was this age instead, or I was pretty sure your character's hair was red, not blonde, or earlier in chapter 2 you said she was 19, now you're saying she's 17, which one is it? Or I think it might work better if you take this scene and bring it all the way over here and splice these two together. Combine this scene and that scene and we'll fix your story arc so that there's not as many plot holes, if any. The goal is to not have any plot holes, but inevitably some usually slip through. After the content editor gives you, as the author, a letter full of all of the things that you now should probably take into consideration when you go back and make revisions to your manuscript, and you've done all of that, and you've made all of the changes, and then you send your manuscript back to them, and your manuscript will go to the copy editors. And the copy editors are there fact-checking everything, looking for grammatical mistakes, finding as many of the other issues grammatically or sentence structure, or this paragraph happens twice, or sentence line by line kind of editors. Sometimes copy editors and line editors are more or less the same thing. Copy editors go through the copy, line editors will go line by line. It just kind of depends on the publishing house and who you're working with. After the copy editor has found as many of the mistakes as they can and they've made the changes, then the copy goes to the typesetter, who puts it on typeset pages, and then that typeset page PDF, or galleys occasionally, get sent to the proofreader. And the proofreader then goes through and makes sure the copy editor didn't miss anything, or that in putting it in typeset pages, the typesetter didn't cut off sentences halfway through, or for consistency, if this is a heading and then this is a heading, and this heading should still be looking like this one, so on and so forth. They catch the final edits, they send them back to the typesetter makes the changes, and the proofreader looks at it again, unless they're on a super big time crunch, in which case then it'll go to print. And once it's in print, that's pretty much when the author tends to get it back. As the author then, your book has been edited to as much of a perfection as it can. Unfortunately, there will still be that random typo on page 296. Sorry, it happens. Editors are human too. But that is why traditionally published books tend to be much cleaner and much more thought out and much better told stories, because they've had multiple sets of input along the way. And in the end, that all helps make a really good product and a really good book. And your editor is your friend, okay? I'm going to say this for all of the editors out there. Author, writer, the editor is your friend. You have the same goals. You both want to publish the book. You both want it to be really good. You both want to sell. So work together. They're not your enemy. They're trying to help you, even when they say you need to cut all of these sentences or all of these scenes, or this has absolutely nothing to do with the plot and it needs to go. They're doing that because they want to help your book be the best book it can be. What questions do you have about the publishing industry? Let me know down in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them in a later video. If you like these videos and want to learn more about the publishing industry, please just give me a little subscribe and make sure the notifications bell is turned on so that you won't miss a thing. And then do me a huge favor and like and share this video so that those around you who are also other writers can learn from it as well. Alright. Bye!